Applutard is a 10-year-old gelding by Capgard. He's owned by Cheveley Park. He was trained by Henry de Bromhead. He has won over €1 million in prize money. He won 4 Grade 1s, including the Cheltenham Gold Cup in 2022 with Rachel Blackmore. My name is Emily Kate Robinson. I'm an international dressage rider from Waterford. I'm 24 years old. I'm hoping to take 2 horses to Dublin this year. Applutard for the racehorse to riding horse class and my own homebred Largento for the large riding horse class. So almost a year ago now I started working for Henry de Bromhead, schooling the racehorses on the flat, and that's how I got introduced to Applutard. So I used to ride him quite a bit and got to know him really well, really liked him. And when he retired from racing in January, I was lucky enough to get the ride on him for a few years. So he came to me in March and we've competed in some showing classes. He was second in Balmoral show and he's also competed Dressage Ireland. I have 3 older brothers. The oldest brother is Jamie Robinson. He used to be a jockey. He's since retired, but he's pin hooking now. So thoroughbreds have always been around. They've always been in the family. The middle brother, Shane, he was a professional soccer player. He is the assistant director of football for the FAI now. And my youngest brother is, he's an architect, but he's also into cycling. So we're from a very sporty family. I work 5 mornings a week for Henry de Bromhead. The afternoons I ride my own horses, and in the evenings I also teach. I'm a HSI level 1 coach. I used to ride APT on the flat in Henry's, and we used to take him up the fields and in the arena, do some pole work, and it's really important for the racehorses to do some flat work as well, as it helps them in other ways. It gets them strong, gets them riding way on their own, and gets them balanced, supple, and it's good for their brains to do something different as well. So I've ridden out a handful of times. Very, very odd time you'd see me on the gallops. Normally Manella Indo has given me a few spins. I school the racehorses. Some of them, they could be 2-year-old flatbred horses right up to your Gold Cup horses like Manella Indo or Captain Guinness, Slade Steele, Bob Ollinger, Envoy Allen. There's some really nice horses there. He has a great following. He gets regular visits from the staff at Knockeen. Rachel Blackmore was in to visit him a few weeks ago, and every show he goes to, he always draws people over to him. Everyone loves to see him out and about, takes photos with him, and he's really happy to have a little job again, and he loves competing and being out and about. I started riding when I was very young. I probably couldn't even walk at the point. I was put up on ponies in front of my brother Jamie, and he used to lead me around hunts, and yeah, I started getting some lessons, and my second pony, Bayview Sapphire, she actually didn't like show jumping, and I think that's where the love of dressage started. I started getting some dressage lessons, and yeah, I got bitten by the bug. I still hunted and jumped, did pony club, and did a little bit of everything the whole way up through ponies, but my main love was always dressage. So I got my first proper dressage pony when I was 12, and I was lucky enough to do Pony Europeans, Nations Cups. We travelled all over Europe competing internationally, and I competed internationally in 2016 and did the European circuit with my 2 ponies, Crown Imagine and Tisrara Hill, who I still have. She's 26, she's retired at home. And the end of 2016, Myself and Crown Imagine were in the top 50 in the FEI world rankings for ponies. In my last year of ponies, to do it competitively, I moved over to Germany and I trained with Judy Reynolds. In the mornings I used to work for Ballywalter and ride some of Bertram Allen's horses and show jumping. And then I worked for Ballywalter for a few years. And then last summer when my dad got sick, I had to move back home, and that's how I ended up starting the job with Henry de Bromhead a few weeks later. When I was 17, then I bought my first dressage horse on my own. Edvard, he was a then 8-year-old Dutch warmblood gelding. He had never competed before, so we started off together unaffiliated novice, and he was quite tricky at the start. Slowly took our time. Last year we made our international debut in Le Mans. That was our first senior CDI together. When I was 15, then we started breeding some of my own dressage horses, as they're quite expensive to buy. So the only way we could continue in the sport was by breeding, and the oldest of them now is 9, Kiki Panya. She's competing at advanced level. The second homebred, Largento, he's competing advanced medium, and he's actually doing Dublin this year, the large riding horse class. And we've had a few more foals since, so hopefully in a few years' time they'll hit Grand Prix. So my parents are a great help to me, whether it's feeding in the mornings when I'm in work, or if it's driving around Ireland or around Europe for shows. You know, they're a great help. I definitely wouldn't be able to do it without them. I competed in the RDS in 2018 and 2019 with my sister-in-law's homebred mare, Bayview Hazel. 2018 we did the Working Hunter, the intermediate Working Hunter, and we placed 5th. And in 2019 we did the intermediate Working Hunter and also the intermediate Side Saddle, where we placed 6th. So that was something different. I think the RDS, you know, it's so well known. Even non-horsey people know what Dublin is. It's such a big event, and it's a place everyone wants to compete. And growing up as a kid, you know, you always watched on TV or in person. You got to see all what was going on, and it's just such a great show with a big atmosphere. There's nowhere else like it. We have an army of supporters coming up to cheer Aplu Tard on the Saturday. Some of my family that are not horsey are coming up, and also I have a student in South Africa. They're going to come all the way from Cape Town.